Welcome to the Blue Cafe. We offer stories of infidelity, betrayal and redemption. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Now, on to today's story. Just filed for divorce on WW in affair thought. Scared. Need support. I can't believe I am at this point in my marriage right now. A month ago, I would have never guessed this would happen. Up until this point, our marriage was great. Never left each other's sides. Great sex. Dates every weekend. And always had each other's backs no matter what. I have done everything in my power to make sure she has had a great life. After knowing a man at the gym for about 2 months, my wife started an emotional affair with him. Fun fact, I would also like to add that this guy has 3 different gym memberships for different gyms. After confronting her about it, she refused to stop seeing him. She says she's in love with him, and they sent each other flirty texts and nudes. She suddenly says that she hasn't loved me for a while and that AP makes me feel like a woman. However, the love seemed so real up until this guy came into the picture. Ever since seeing this guy, she is like a completely different person. Cold, resentful, and completely not interested in me. After doing the pick me dance for 2 weeks, I professed my love for her for the final time and ended it by saying it's him or me. Her answer was I don't know what I want. I stormed out of the house, outed her to my parents and my in-laws, and contacted AP's GF. After this, WW got pissed at me saying I'm a pussy for telling our families. When she found out I told AP's GF, she went berserk, started yelling, pushing me, throwing things. She then started saying to me that we are finished and we have no chance. The affair still continues. WW and AP pretended like they stopped seeing each other just to get AP's GF to get off of his back. If WW and AP are so in love, why won't he dump his GF? Since then, I have implemented the 180. I've also found messages of WW and AP talking about what their babies might look like. They are going on dates in public, and the affair has gotten physical. I decided enough was enough and filed for divorce. She will be getting blindsided by papers in 10 or so days. She probably would never expect me to do this, but that's a good thing. I need to show her that I'm serious, and that I am not her second choice. On the day she's served, I plan on going nuclear, telling our families what all she's been up to lately with AP, showing proof of continuing affair and physicality of affair to AP's GF, cutting off her gym membership, separating my money from our joint account, and making her get out of the house. I am so scared of her getting served and doing all of these things, but I know it needs to happen if I want any chance of lifting the fog. My hope is to save my marriage by dropping an atomic bomb on it, but I'm prepared for the worst. Where I live, spouses need to separate for 6 months before any divorce can be finalized. If she doesn't come back for me at that time and implement the changes I need from her, then I know there is nothing to save. It'll be tough if that's the outcome, but I'll be okay and grow stronger from it eventually. Brother, you need to let go of the idea of her. It seems, even after all the disrespect, you are hoping that she comes back to your life. Reconciliation is possible when both agree. She would come back. When the AP kicks her, if you take her back again, she will do it again. Don't be disrespected. You deserve better. AP will kick her back. He is still with his GF for a reason. Eventually his wife will crawl back to him. He shouldn't take her back. She will not come back for the right reasons. She will come back because he is her backup plan. When he told her to choose between him or AP, she replied that she didn't know what to do. That's womanese for when my AP tells me he will dump his GF for me. I will divorce you. However, when he dumps me, I will stay married to you. This is basically what is happening here. He should just divorce her and get her out of his life. Full no contact forever. Holy duck. There is nothing to save here. Yeah, dude, you have a better shot of actually canceling that gym membership early than you do of this working out long term. There is you to be saved. Just run. In time you will recover. She's not honest. Let me tell you something simple. You are worth more than her. The way to have better people in your life is by purging bad people. You don't let table scraps and trash in your living room. You clean it. You need to do the same to your life. Clean yourself from toxic people so you have the best people in your life. The fog may have given her courage, but she is not forced by the fog to do nothing she doesn't want. The disrespect is on her and not on the terrible fog that justifies everything. You can save yourself more emotional abuse. Listen to this advice, OP. If you take her back, she will just do it again. You need to accept the fact that your wife is gone and nothing either of you can do or say will make things how they were before she found her boy toy. Sorry man. You need a reality check because you are only in for more pain if you try reconciliation. This 100 points symbol. It may be, but remember, that in every deception, there is irreparable damage. It may be that the injured person wants to recover it. For now, try to fight, but when he leaves the cloud of love and begins to hate what he did to him, it is terrible. The damage is greater. It is unfortunate. This is never forgotten. Even if they say, I forgive her, yes, but never forget. For which child can be overcome? Something that is not forgotten is not overcome. It only becomes tolerant to pain. Don't assume she's in the fog. It's possible she loves him and you should proceed accordingly. The word she called you will be reinforced for her if you don't file or retract it once she's served. Courage, self-worth and dignity will win the day for you. It's all about you now. He is her Valentine. Accept it. It's her loss but your gain as you're too good a man to have a wife who has a boyfriend. Allow that phrase to sink in. A wife with boyfriend. GTF out of her clutches and find a wife who would be offended by any man who thinks he has a chance with her. This is no time for reason, kindness, thoughtfulness or self-blame. Awaken the badass in you that's needed from time to time in life. So she is going to show you breadcrumbs, then you have a false reconciliation and months or years wasted. Newsflash. She had an EA. You outed her. 2. You did the pick me dance and gave her an ultimatum, me or him. She chose him. 3. She had a PA with him. She even talked about having his kid. No regard for your marriage or history. My hope is to save my marriage by dropping an atomic bomb on it, but I'm prepared for the worst. Where I live, spouses need to separate for 6 months before any divorce can be finalized. If she doesn't come back for ME in that time and implement the changes I need from her, still doing the pick me dance. Don't forget the physical abuse from her part. I have no idea why OP still wants to be with this thing. There is nothing left to say. Sorry for your situation, brother, but you need to hear some tough love. Hold off on telling AP's girlfriend till your divorce is done. Easier divorce when she is still in the fog. You do not deserve to be somebody plan B. Let her monkey branch and all back branch break on her ass so she hits the wall. Coming to the slow realization that despite my hopes and wishes, there is really nothing to save here. It's time to move on for real. As hard as it may be, I deserve so much better than her. Even before all of this happened, for the last 1-2 years, she never put much effort into being a great partner. I've been clinging to the idea of staying with her because she's the first and only girl I've ever been with. I'm only 25, and this relationship is all I've known for 10 years. She's gone. The woman I grew up with and married is dead. She's changed. I've changed. That's no excuse for the affair though. Everything will be more than okay without her. Eventually, my best course of action is to have her served. Have her move out. Work out who will get what as amicably as possible. Do the 6 months. And be done with it. Thanks for all of the kind words, harsh words, and advice everyone. Update. Just filed for divorce on wife in affair thought. WW is gone. Update. Original post. About a month and a half ago when I made this post, I thought I was through doing the pick me dance. But looking back, I definitely still was. I had this fantasy in my head that having her served would finally wake her up, but that wasn't the case. She was thankful for the divorce. Like I said on my last post, in the state I live in, after the initial filing the couple must be separated for 6 months before the proceedings begin. I decided not to go completely nuclear to not ruffle any feathers. Let me tell you, whenever people on this sub say divorce while WS is in a fair fog because you'll get a better deal, listen to them. She let me have our house, our dog, and pretty much anything I wanted to keep. She also agreed to sign a court order saying she can't come after me for spousal support. She moved out today. It was probably the most bittersweet thing I've ever been through. On one hand, living with her for the past 2 months was absolutely brutal. On the other hand, it feels like a huge chapter of my life is coming to a close. I cried pretty hard the moment she walked out, but I know this is absolutely for the best. Her and AP are still talking and sneaking around, and he still has his GF. WW is naive as hell and still neck deep in the fog. I'm still shocked by how infidelity changes a person's whole personality. My wife and I were together for 10 years, and she was legitimately my best friend. We had all kinds of plans for our future. Once AP came into the picture, she could barely tolerate me. She absolutely resented me and could not stand to be around me for the past 2 months of living together, and I was way more civil than I should have been. You'd think I was the one who cheated, lol. I'm starting to come to terms with the fact that she may have been a covert narcissist. Back when I made my initial post, I was a broken mess. I could barely eat or sleep, and I spent most of my time lying in bed. I've come such a long way in a month and a half. I feel so much better. I still mourn what once was what could have been, but it doesn't occupy the majority of my thoughts anymore. IC has helped greatly. I've been hitting the gym, leaning on family and friends for support, and re-pursuing my hobbies. I've also got a few new hobbies lined up that I'm really excited to try. Since she legally can't come after me for spousal support, I decided that finding a new and higher paying job would be a good change of pace for me. I have a few interviews lined up that look really promising. Also, a ginormous thanks to everyone who posts in this sub. Your stories and advice have also helped me immensely in my healing. I realized that I've already been through the worst of what will be one of the most traumatic events of my life, and that gives me this strange sense of confidence and fearlessness that I've never felt before. This separation period will be a new start for me. I can take my life in any direction I want to. I feel more empowered than I have in my entire life. I don't know what the next 6 months has in store for me, but I know that I will evolve into the best version of myself during it. For any BSs out there struggling, it doesn't matter how much they gaslight, blame shift, or rewrite history. I encountered all of this up until the moment she moved out. Cheating is not your fault, and you are enough. Your WS could have tried to talk about any relationship issues with you or just ended things like an adult. They chose the most hurtful, immature, and cowardly way out. WSs are weak people who have serious character flaws. You can make it out of this in one piece, and you can heal in a short amount of time. This may be some of the most generic advice on this sub, but just take it one day at a time and focus on yourself. Like, actually put in the work to focus on yourself. It absolutely works. Have you given the AP's GF the continuing info about the affair? For now, I've just decided to just sit back with a bucket of popcorn and watch the mess unfold. I don't want her to become vindictive once the proceedings start in 6 months, and doing this would definitely make her vindictive. As much as I want to tell AP's GF everything, I need to look out for myself. I don't blame you, but as soon as the paperwork is done, blow up their little lie and watch the shit hit the fan. Oh, and watch out for her to come crawling back once the thrill of the affair is gone, talking about how she made a huge mistake and it's you who she realizes she wants to be with. Stay strong and tell her that she made her bed, now sleep in it. This comment: I left my kid's dad after his continuous supposed emotional affair. Claims he never was physical. Well, still a year later claims I'm his soulmate. That he will be better. He wants his family back. I keep telling him to leave me alone. He doesn't listen. Yeah, she's going to be back. Eventually she's going to figure out that if he'll cheat on his GF, he'll cheat on her. A simple anonymous Dear Jane letter letting her know she needs to get STD tested because of 2-side women paperwork's already signed by her, so just ask your lawyer if it is binding. It should be. The 2 women's comment will help extra pop her fog bubble. An exceptionally underhanded move is taking to her parents to let them know you don't blame them or hold resentments for the divorce, and shouldn't blame themselves for her cheating. If they didn't know already, don't keep her secrets for her. That's not your responsibility or concern. Just stock up on popcorn and prepare to stonewall her when she realizes and tries love bombing you back. If you fall for it, she will quickly stop and revert back to the gaslighting cheater she is. Good plan, because at some point everything is gonna blow up for her and she is gonna try and come back. With any luck it will be after the divorce and you can just ignore her, but I can guarantee it will happen. At some point the GF is gonna find out and he is gonna dump your wife to save that. You absolutely don't want her affair fog to evaporate before everything is final. Imagine she coming back and then filing new motions because you are not taking her back. That would be like winning a lottery and losing it again in a casino. You should absolutely encourage her to stay with AP. Be super nice, super sympathetic until the decree of dissolution arrives. Even if she manages to lose AP, which she would, help her set up profile on Tinder and find her a new boyfriend. Maybe even pay AP to continue to be her boyfriend until decree arrives. Be her pimp if you have to, but get this done. I think this is a really smart move. Look out for yourself and don't stir things up that will make the process more difficult emotionally or financially. Though vengeance may have appeal at times, it just keeps you embroiled in the mess. Stay away from it. The AP's girlfriend is not your responsibility either. You may be inclined to tell her at some point, but even if you do, be careful not to get emotionally sucked in. Very smart move. Good luck. Be exactly right. As soon as the judge's signature hits the divorce decree is when you roll out all the information to all interested parties. Not before. Let me know where I can set up my lawn chair and watch with you. I have the beer and cigars covered. I'll roll the joints. You said that she put in writing that she can't come after you for spousal support, right? What about what she agreed you can keep? Did she put that in writing? 2. What else can she go for? What can she do once the proceedings have started? Last thing. Last question, sorry. Lol. Do you have evidence you can present to the app's GF to prove the affair was happening? I fully understand you're looking out for yourself here, but I hope she doesn't come down with any diseases or get pregnant. She'd then be tied to this piece of trash for life. Good on you, dude. Keep on focusing on yourself and don't jump into any new relationships too fast. Be prepared for her to beg for you back after she finally realized the dude isn't gonna leave his girlfriend. Don't let her talk her way back into your life. But also be prepared for her never waking up from the fog. Don't live your life waiting for her to come to her senses. As good as it would feel to hear her beg for you back, the honest best case scenario for you is that you never hear from her again outside divorce proceedings. She'll be back 1 or 2 more times next week to pick up a few more things, but I fully plan on going NC afterward. No contact is the best. You sound like you're in a good place and it will only get better once you're disengaged. Cut her out and off. No contact is the only solution for a cheating spouse. Nothing less. Never pick up trash that belongs in the street. Go live your life and be happy. And when she comes crawling back to you, ignore her and act like she's a nobody and a stranger. You don't need trash in your life. Concentrate on securing all your assets and do not by any means give up on that spousal support. She might do a 180 and suddenly take you to court for it. Please stay strong. There are some cheaters that make it a mission to destroy their ex to the point of that their ex takes their own life. I wouldn't even be there when she picks her stuff up. Have a relative or friend stand in there for you. Please absolutely make sure your foot doesn't slip for her. Usually in 3-6 months she will have a fight with AP and could very likely break up if AP finds a new younger toy in the gym. She will then suddenly become super nice to you, hint you to take her back and most likely use sex to control you. Please be very careful dealing with her. You are doing this absolutely perfectly. I am amazed that you are only 25 because you are conducting yourself like an old pro. The only advice I can give is to keep doing what you are doing. Mourn the past because it is dead. Embrace the future because there is so much life left. Imagine who you want to be in 5 years, your physical, mental, and professional state, and know now that you have nothing to prevent you from achieving that goal because you can now. For the first time in 10 years, focus solely on yourself. This made me tear up. Thank you so much for the kind words and amazing advice. Seriously, much appreciated. Thank you for the advice, brother. It means a lot to hear this right now. I am just now coming out of shock and now have to figure out if my 4 kids are mine. This inspiration will help me get through this most traumatic time. My heart goes out to you, man. You will make it through this and come out a stronger person on the other side. If you think the affair fog changed her, wait until you see the negative effects of guilt, and how stupid she feels after the AP becomes someone else's AP. Why do you think the third phase in surviving infidelity includes drugs, alcohol and a long line of losers? Sounds like this is working out for the best for you. The mask is off your WW and you see her for the person she truly is. She is a damaged person with a black hole in her soul that no longer can suck the life force out of you. It is perfectly acceptable to mourn your loss and shed a few tears. You'll recognize red flags in the future, but don't let them control you to the point you refuse to open your heart to someone else. Punish your next partner for what your ex did, or sabotage your future relationships. Been there, done that. Took a while to get past what my first wife and several other serious relationships did to me, but I did finally get to marry the true love of my life. Married 15 faithful years and going strong. Yeah, I definitely understand that I can't bring my current issues into another relationship. The plan is to just focus on myself, at least until the divorce is finalized. I'm confident that I'll know when I'm ready to start dating again. Yeah, I made that mistake of getting into dating too fast and just ended up with another cheater. It is easy to do when you yourself are numb from the negativity and loss of a long-term relationship to fall for the same kind of woman wearing a mask hiding who they really are. I eventually got it right. After the paperwork is finished, tell AP's girlfriend. Also, I think after a while she'll come to her senses, but don't let her back in when she does. Oh, now the fun will begin. She will tell the AP, okay, I'm divorced now. Are you leaving your GF, AP? Are you an idiot? Why would I leave my GF for a random cheater, or maybe the least direct? Look, I think we shouldn't see each other anymore. My GF is having problems, pregnant, random excuse, so I can't do it now. But you can still be my side chick. Then about some months later, look, talk to me. I made a mistake. I'm glad things worked out so well. Goddamn, this is the mirror image of what I am also going through. After a month, my appetite is back. My sleep is improving, but the move out date is still a few weeks away. Once that is finalized, I think that will be the close of this chapter of my life. I know the wait for the move out can be brutal. Hang in there, my friend. And when it's time, close that chapter and start a new and better one. If you ever need to talk or vent, my DMs are open. Make us a promise. Once the paperwork is done and you are out of the fire, go scorched earth. He doesn't have to. This AP looks like a kind of butterfly guy with 3 gym memberships purely to look out for victims. He will find his new flower in short order and dump this WS on the street in no time. First, you didn't have kids. You lucky dog. Then the AP was all willing to take this snake off of your neck and wrap it around his neck. You double lucky dog. I hope you are celebrating the hell out of your days. I have one question. In your original post you said that you've been having weekly dates and a very healthy relationship before she met this guy in the gym. Are you sure that there were absolutely no red flags? Very curious. I'm not OP, but I just want to say that this definitely happens. Before I found out about my husband's affair, before it started, he told me he loved me every day. Called me on his drive home from work just to chat. Did weekly date nights. Planned for the future and had sex at least 3x week. Then he changed from a loving partner to a stone cold rock within weeks. I know some people have a hard time believing that these things can come fast and hard out of nowhere, but it's definitely my experience. And sounds like it might have been the same for OP. Can someone tell me what the acronyms mean? AP, affair partner. WW, wayward wife. WS, wayward spouse. BS, betrayed spouse. IC, individual counseling. Just to make sure, wayward as in the one that cheated, correct? Thanks for the info. Yeah. Hey brother, I want to let you know you absolutely have the best possible attitude to deal with this. Use this fuel to guide you in a new direction, and when she comes back to feed off of this new energy, you must reject her. Leave her on read. She'll just bring that negative past energy back. I moved as quickly as I could while my ex was in her fob. It meant paying for a lot of stuff. Lease fees, moving fees, divorce fees, etc. It cost me thousands and I'm still a bit bitter over it, as she was outplaying while I dealt with it all. But honestly, I am glad I did. Had it dragged out a few more months, she could have gone after my retirement. My advice is to move swiftly, lawyer up if needed, and cut ties as soon as the papers are finalized. Let the APGF know. It's the right thing to do. Great job, dude. Well done. If she does come back begging you to forgive her, and take her back, don't decide right away. Take a really long and hard look at everything she's done and said to you. And remember, if she strayed once, the odds are, she'll stray again. I wish you the best of luck no matter what you decide about your marriage. How old are you? Your ex and AP? I'm 25. She's 24. And AP is 32 with 3 kids from a previous marriage. LMAO. We have no children. We hope you have enjoyed today's episode. Please like and subscribe. Cheers. Have a wonderful day or night, wherever you are.